How's it going, everybody?
Over the first 7 practices, how do you think the safety group is going to progress?
I think we look great right now. It's we're just focused on getting better every single day. Also, we're big on versatility, playing multiple positions, so we're just focused on being able to play every role in the building.
A lot of competition at your position. How do you see yourself fitting in? Where do you see your role for this season?
Yeah, we do have a real talented group and a lot of experience as well. For me, it's just wherever coach wants me to play, I'll play it. I'm very versatile on where I need to be, and I'll take advantage of any opportunity I get.
Special teams, I imagine.
Oh yeah.
Something you're thinking about?
Oh yeah, definitely. Any opportunity I get to get on that field, I'm right in line, first in line.
If I remember right, you were banged up a bit last year, right?
Yeah, I had 2 shoulder surgeries.
Yep.
Yeah,
Pretty banged up.
A little something, but it's okay.
What was the recovery process like for that?
It was good. I mean, we had a great training staff here, and they're great on keeping my head up and keeping me level-headed, especially watching everyone and succeed last year. I wanted to be a part of it, but you got to be a big emotional support on the sidelines, and that's what I got to do.
Just in terms of that, the sitting out part and the adjusting your role in terms of helping where you can, just what was that process like of doing what you can even though you're not able to contribute on the field? How were you able to
It honestly got to a different side of me. It got me a little bit missing the game a lot more than I really thought it was going to be, which is great. But just being there to support the young guys as well, as coming from a guy that's been in football a little long. But it was great just being there for the young guys and supporting anywhere I can.
Being a part of a family legacy, I would say, how does it feel to be able to carve, I guess, your own story here at the
I mean, my dad always pushed, like, it's your own story, it's your own way. You got to build a way for yourself. We don't focus on my dad's name. It's all about myself. Same thing with my brother, or Mason Taylor, or Isaiah Taylor, and that's how we perform. Perfect. Yep. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
How's camp been going for you so far?
It's fun. I'm having fun with football again. That was the biggest thing for me. So I'm just going into every day, trying to be the best version of myself. But I have a great coaching staff that makes football fun again. I feel like a kid in a candy shop again.
when you say having fun, what is that to you? Just in terms of when you're out there doing drills or just going in practice, what does fun look like for you?
I always say the worst part about practice for me is stretching. It's the most boring. So individual, especially, everything's fun again. I don't know how to explain it. It's just I get to enjoy football. Like, I come out here, I get to do what I love every day at no price. So it's just fun again.
You've had a week of practice now. How's the chemistry of the secondary coming together?
I think we got a lot of growth to do still. I think our brotherhood outside of the room has helped us a lot going into camp. Continue to grow and communicate and talk more and more each day. Every day on the grass counts for us, and we try to make every day the best day. So it's getting better.
How much do you feel like you were able to hit the ground running once practice has started, after learning the playbook during the summer? So how much were you able to just get on the field and go?
On the board versus on the field is very different, but I felt like, I'm an older guy, I'm a little experienced, so I don't think it was too much of a difference for me. So, I hit the ground running. We teach pace here, so being able to go fast is a big thing here, so I had to be ready.
Jakobe, going back to your comments about fun, who do you attribute that to, or what do you attribute that to? Why is it fun in your words? Who's it coming from?
I think our coaches do a good job of making sure that we're not too focused on everything. Sometimes fall camp is a hard thing. I think we're in here all day, every day, so sometimes coaches relax the mood a little bit and give guys the opportunity to just joke around and have fun. But in between these 4 lines, it's all business. But the chemistry in our secondary room is what makes it fun. Like, each guy in there has their own personality, but we still know how to work. So I think it's fun just to be able to have guys around like Amari and Bryce and Dylan and Zach, everybody. Everyone in there is just a funny person, especially Amari.
What have you thought of Dylan Day through camp? We've been able to watch. He's had a few really good moments.
I think he's grown a lot. I think he's a really good football player. He's really smart. I think he's trying to elevate his game in the meeting room and how he thinks about football. I think he's got all the talent in the world. I think we got a very, very talented group with all those young guys. Sometimes I wish I was that talented, but they're very talented. Dylan's one of those guys that's going to be a household name.
Jakobe, what's kind of key for you fall camp? Things you're working on to be ready for season. What's maybe your point of emphasis for fall?
Communication. Making sure that all 11 on the field are on the same page. That's a big thing for me, is making sure that we're all communicating. If all 11 are wrong, all 11 are right.
What do you think of the defensive scheme, Coach Edelman's defense?
I like Coach Heatherman's defense. We're very multiple defense. We do a lot of very different things. It's a fun defense to be in for a safety especially. So.
What pushes you the most in practice? What do you in the defense room pushes you?
I wouldn't say anybody pushes me the most. I'm very, very hard on myself. I've always been like that my whole life. I don't think anyone will push me harder than me. But I think everyone in the room pushes us. We all push each other to be the best version of each other every day. Everyone's pushing every guy.
Thanks, Jakobe.
Thank you.
Yeah, just what's the adjustment to UM been like? How have the first week of practice has been going for you?
The transition has been very good, man. It's just a dream come true being here, being at the U, being a part of all this greatness. It's just been a blessing for sure.
How did you go about, obviously, getting here in the summer, you have to learn the playbook quickly. Just how'd you go about doing that?
With my experience of years of playing, I feel like it's kind of like, some similarities in the things. You just got to learn new terminology and learn, the differences in what the coach is trying to do, and then trying to put my mind and my brain, my IQ into the game and just focus on what the DC is trying to accomplish.
What's your impression of the DB room so far, and especially considering almost everybody in here is a lot of guys transferred in? Just how much does it help that there's a lot of you who are sort of coming into the same situation together and you're able to sort of work through it as a group?
Yeah, I think it's good. And, just coming in at first, just trying to build relationships with everybody has been really good. I feel like we got a very versatile room, very open room, very competitive room. So it's been fun, just being around everybody and just competing.
Where do the coaches where do they like you the most? Nickel, is it outside corners? How do you?
I feel like I said, a lot of versatile people in the room. So it's kind of just like, we want to put our best five out there. So we've been all just rotating, just seeing where everybody's good at, seeing where everybody fits at.
Is there a position that a spot that you prefer?
No, not really. I'm willing to play anywhere on the back end.
Who's giving you the hardest time from a coverage standpoint? What receivers are?
I feel like that receiver room is going to be very exciting. I feel like all those guys, we all compete at the same time. I definitely want to, give a shout out to the young buck Malachi Tony, man. I feel like he's going to do some very good things in his career. But also, like I said, just the receiver room in general is just a very good group, and I'm very excited for them.
Going back to the nickel spot in general, with your skill set, how do you feel like you fit into nickel? Where do you feel like your strengths are and how that fits, at that spot?
Yeah, I feel like, nickel, it's kind of like it's a very complex position, having to be a linebacker at times, a corner at times, and a safety at times. I feel like, my playing style, being closer to the ball is very, unique for me, and what I fit in the defense is just being close to the ball, being able to, be a run stopper, pass, guarding the best guys on the team sometimes in the slot. It's something I, take advantage of and I love.
We hear a lot about communication in the back. We're just hearing from everybody. How's that going? How's that step going?
It's definitely good. I feel like as a back end, we're kind of like the quarterbacks back there as the safeties, we're running things, and the nickel also getting involved, but also just getting the communication from the back end to get into the defense, and also involved with the linebackers and that communication piece. So just, building as camp goes on, just trying to, build our communication, because I feel like, that's going to be the most important thing. As long as we're on the same page as a defense, we'll be good.
There's obviously, typically there's not a lot of defensive players that do return stuff or that can't do it. Where does that come from with you, and then your thoughts towards that battle and earning a spot there?
Just my time on offense. Growing up, always playing both sides of the ball. So that's just kind of like, my time. I feel like to go back into those days of having the ball in my hands. So it's very fun. And then speaking on the the punt return room, there's a lot of competitive guys back there. A lot of receivers in that area. So just competing every day with those guys. Trying to at the end of the day, we want the best guy out there. So just competing with all those guys, it's been very fun too.
Thanks, Keionte.
Thank you.